Okay, my dear children, today we are going to start with one very interesting, very practical and very useful chapter of the grammar. And this chapter is very much needed whether you are appearing to the interim exam, you are appearing to the annual exam or any exam, particularly the PW2 or any unit test, then this particular lesson will be very much useful and more particularly so when you are writing an application too, then also these rules are to be remembered forever, and from time to time you will have to brush up this knowledge so that you do not get confused. Therefore, in order to learn that, let us see this lesson. Name of the lesson is subject verb concrete. So here we move. Let us continue. So the name of the chapter is subject verb concrete. So normally when you refer to any grammar book, then this concrete is the agreement. It is the agreement. In our CBSE, the application of the rules are needed. Therefore, in order to know the practice, in order to write the answer correctly, what we need to do? We need to know the rules. We need to know the theory pertaining to it. Then we will be very confident. Therefore, in order to be very confident, first let us go to the theory part. Let us learn the rule. Here we move and we learned through Indian English. Here it starts. Now, by the term subject verb concrete, we mean the agreement between the subject and the verb. Now, normally in a sentence, when you write a particular sentence, suppose that this is the sentence. This is the sentence. In the sentence, what will be there? First, there will be the subject. Then there will be the verb. Then there will be the object or the predicate. Now, this subject. So, my dear children, supposing this subject is they, okay, and suppose that the main verb is do. Now, if I am writing they does the work. So this sentence is correct or wrong? This sentence is naturally. So you are smiling, isn't it? Some of you are laughing also because the sentence is incorrect. Where from this incorrectness actually comes? Where this mistake actually occurs? This mistake occurs, my dear children, in the use of the rules pertaining to the subject and the verb. So we have found out that this is the subject. We have found out that this is the verb, and the original form of this verb is do, and it takes es because of the sentence is, particularly the verb is in the present simple. All right. Therefore, the subject agrees with the verb. The correct form of the sentence will be they do the work. Now, this is the kind of the agreement. So, if this sort of agreement is not there, if there is a disagreement, if there is a discord, okay, as it happens in the case of the countries, if there is a discord or disagreement in any of their opinion or the view, then what happens slowly and gradually what happens? War starts. So, in the case of the sentence also, this sort of the war will start if you do not make the agreement or adjustment, if you do not tally the chemistry between the subject and the verb of the sentence. So, my dear children, in order to correct that, the simplest and the best rule is the conjugation. So, when you go for the conjugation, then it is quite easy. So, we will see the conjugation of the verb to, how the number and the person agrees with the verb, that will see through the conjugation. Take for example, my dear children, let us take for example. So we are taking this example only. Suppose we are writing the verb is build, built. This is the verb. Now object I am writing a house. House. Then when we make the table like this number, this is a number, this is we are writing singular, we are writing number plural. Okay. So here we are writing to the person is the first, second and third. Now let us just go on thinking of filling this particular gap. Suppose the verb built is in the present simple. So now, so you try to fill up this blank. So we will be writing the full sentence. So that the subject here will be the person. How many persons are there? There are 3 persons. What are they? First person, second person and third person. What is the first person? First person is I and we. What is second person? Second person is you and you. Third person is he, she, it. Any other thing that I'm referring to, I'm pointing out, that will be the third person. If it is only one, single. If it is more than one, then it will be plural. Third person, plural. I suppose it is clear. Then let us proceed. Now we are writing to the conjugation. So the first sentence will be I built a house. I built a house. So in the similar manner, in the plural, we built a house. In the second person, you built a house. Second person plural, you built a house. Third person, he builds a house. She builds a house. It builds a house. And plural, they built. This one is important. They built a house. Okay, they built a house. This is a plural, and therefore this one is the verb also is a plural. So in this manner, my dear children, when you are constructing or when you are building the sentence, then also we'll have to remember the building blocks. They agree with the verb, the main verb. So in order to learn all this, let us go to the rules pertaining to it. So here we move. Let us continue. So normally what happen, my dear children, so when we are considering a particular sentence, there may be more than one nouns. Alright? And we get confused as to which one is the subject. Subject means the doer. The agent. The particular person that we are talking about, that is the subject. And the verb is the particular thing. Particular thing means acting word. Therefore, the agreement will see now. Normally, what happen, we do not become very much clear what will be the subject. We find it difficult to identify the subject, and there lies our mistake. And then many times, my dear children, we commit the mistake for this reason. And this rule is called the error of proximity. Error of proximity. मतलब हम उसी नाउन को सब्जेक्ट समझते हैं जो वर्ब के एकदम नजदीक आता है, लेकिन ऐसा नहीं भी हो सकते हैं. I along with the 50 students, whether it will be go to the school or goes to the school. He along with the 5 students go to the school or goes to the school. Certainly it will be goes to the school. So in this manner we will have to see. Now let us go to the rules pertaining to it. Often the verb is made to agree with the number with a noun nearest to it instead of its proper subject. It is an error. This common error is called the error of proximity. It should be avoided. The verb must agree with its proper subject. So here we see now the price of the apples was very high. In this sentence, let us see the price. Price means the value. So this is also a noun. Apples also is noun. This is noun number 1, this is noun number 2. Now in this sentence, we'll have to notice what noun we are talking about. Whether we are talking about the price or we are talking about the apple. Certainly, we are talking about the price. And price is singular. Price is, this is a price, it is the subject. And this is a very singular. This is singular. And therefore, its text was the price was high, not price were high. So many times what happened, my dear children? So these apples are there, apples. This is plural. Therefore, this will be were, because the plural form of the was is were. Therefore, so this will be the mistake, my dear children, and this mistake is called what? The error of proximity. Proximity का मतलब क्या है? Proximity का मतलब है nearness. I suppose you understood it. मतलब नजदीकी संपर्क दिखने के बाद हमको ये अंदाजा चलते हैं कि हाँ यही इनका सब्जेक्ट होगा. अकॉर्डिंगली हम क्या करते हैं, उनके साथ उनका एडजस्टमेंट करा देते हैं, एग्रीमेंट करा देते हैं, लेकिन वो जो एग्रीमेंट है वो एग्रीमेंट गलत है. What we will have to notice? We will have to notice what is its actual subject to which it will have to agree or it will have to concord. Therefore, let us go to the next. So, my dear children, we have already discussed about the basic principle of the subject-verb agreement in the form of the table. That the same is now also going to be explained. Okay, you take your pen, you just go on listening to and remember the same. So this is our table, and this part is the person, person, person. This is first person. Okay, these are not written in the form. Therefore, we will see now. The basic principle of the subject-verb agreement is that singular subject needs singular verb. Plural subject needs plural verb. So, in the particular sentence, we will have to find out what? We will have to find out the subject. The girl is playing. The girl is playing. This is the subject. Play is the verb. Now, this is the auxiliary verb, or it is called the helping verb. It is also called anomalous finite. It is also called the modals. This is also in the modals. Modal actually helps in completing the sense of the main verb. Am I correct? Therefore, here you see that the simple rule is that the girl. How many girls we are talking about? Only one girl. Therefore, normally as it is singular, therefore this is the to be verb form. To be verb. How many forms are there? We are talking about the present tense. There are three forms. Am, is, are. These are three forms are there. And because of that, as it is the girl is singular and we are talking about the present continuous tense, therefore girl will be taking is. It will not be taking are or am. If you are putting am, then there will be quarrel between them. If you are putting are, also there will be quarrel between them. But when we are changing, suppose now it is the girls, then it will be are. The girls are playing. As this is the plural, therefore are comes as auxiliary verb or the helping verb. The boy has gone to the school. So this is the singular form and this is the plural form. The boy has gone to the school. So the boy singular, has is singular. The boys have gone to the school, you remember. So this boys have. I have, we have, you have, you have, he has, she has, it has, Ram has, Hari has, plural, they have. So these forms you will have to remember. He likes the sweets, he likes sweets. He is the subject, it's a singular, subject is singular, and then therefore into the present simple tense it takes s or es. He likes sweets, but they like sweets. Is it clear, my dear children? Therefore now let us go to the rules one by one, and after finishing the rule we will have to do brush up our knowledge just by applying the same in the CBSE exercise. So we will go for that. Now let us continue. Here we move. So from the example above, my dear children, we have to notice what are the things that we have to notice are. Number one, we have to notice that the first person singular. So this first person singular or plural takes a singular verb. I like this scenery. I is singular, like is singular. We like this, plural. The second person, the singular or plural takes a singular verb. The second person singular or plural takes a singular verb. So you have seen in the case of you, okay. So you like this scenery. You like this scenery. Second person singular. This one is singular. Second person singular. Therefore, the verb also singular. You like, not you likes. The third person singular takes a singular verb. He, this is the verb, this is the subject, and likes is the verb. It is taking s or es. Third person plural take a plural verb. They like this scenery. Now let us go to the next rule. Here we go. Let us continue. So many time, my dear children, so there is abstract noun, and whether it will be singular or plural, that we will see now, whether it will be singular or plural. When we use an uncountable noun as the subject of a verb, we use a singular form of the verb. Uncountable noun, uncountable, this is actually the honesty. Honesty is uncountable noun. This is, my dear children, is the abstract noun. Okay. So it is better that you also see the division of the nouns so that you become very familiar. And the noun is the particular part of speech. That is very important, because you become very familiar with the different type of the noun, singular and plural. Okay. And you also know the particular noun, whether it is a simple noun or compound noun. All these are things you have to know from there. Therefore, honesty is the best policy. Honesty is the best policy. Fear begins to haunt him. Therefore, when you use an uncountable noun as the subject of the verb, we use a singular form of the verb. Therefore, this fear also is uncountable. It is an abstract form of the noun. Therefore, what follows? So, we use the singular form of the verb. Let us see the next. Now, we will notice the next one. When you use a singular noun as the subject of the verb with singular verb, plural nouns take a plural verb. Simple example is the moon was shining. Moon is a singular, was singular. The children, this is a plural, were swimming, not was swimming. Alright, that means there is agreement between the subject and the verb. Now let us come to the main rules pertaining to the subject verb agreement, and we'll have to remember this rule. This is the basic we are talking about, and now we'll be coming to the main rules pertaining to the use of the subject and verb agreement. So here you go, let us continue. So my dear children, say for example, this is a very frequently used, and in majority of the case, my dear children, we commit the mistake because we are not aware of the rules pertaining to it. Say for example, let us see the example first. One of the girls was singing. Here you see one of the girls. So this one, what is the first use? I find out what is the subject. So subject here is one. So another noun is there. This is not the subject. This is the noun, and this noun is in plural form, and the subject was in singular form. Now the question arises whether the verb will be singular or plural. Now we are talking about, in order to change this verb, this is actually continuous tense, and in order to change this continuous form either in present or past form, what we need to change? We need to change the be verb, to be verb form, was and were. Was is singular and were is plural. Therefore, my dear children, one of the girls, so this is the mistake of the nearness. हम ऐसे सोचते हैं कि हाँ ये तो गर्ल्स है, गर्ल्स मतलब प्लूरल है, तो वो मतलब क्या लेंगे, ये वेयर होगा. वन ऑफ द गर्ल्स वेयर सिंगिंग. हम बहुत बड़ा मिस्टेक कर दिया, क्योंकि हम लोग को क्या देखना चाहिए था, हम लोग को देखना चाहिए था, हम लोग को इसमें ध्यान देना चाहिए, किसमें, सब्जेक्ट में. ये सेंटेंस का सब्जेक्ट क्या है, ये सब्जेक्ट है वन, नॉट द गर्ल्स. मतलब एक क्लास में बहुत सारे बच्चे होंगे, है ना. सपोज एक क्लास में मतलब 10 गर्ल्स है, 10 गर्ल्स है. वो 10 गर्ल्स में एक जो है एक गाना गा रहे थे, मीन्स कुछ सीसीए प्रैक्टिस कर रहे थे, है ना, सोलो कंपटीशन और अदर कंपटीशन. तो हम सारे गर्ल्स के बारे में बात नहीं करेंगे, विल बी टॉकिंग अबाउट ओनली वन गर्ल. देयरफॉर द सब्जेक्ट विल बी concording, subject will be agreeing with the verb. As it is singular, therefore it will be singular. Is it clear, my dear children? Now let us continue. Here we move. So in the similar manner, one of the students was talking. One of the birds was chirping. Therefore, this thing you will have to remember forever. Once you know the rule, okay, you keep it imprinted in your mind so that you do not commit mistake in future. Then let us continue. Here we move. Let us continue. So many times, my dear children, when the subject become longer, okay, we find it difficult, we find it little hard to find what actually is the subject. When a clause or a longer group of words is the subject, we have to be very careful to make the verb agree with the subject. So normally, my dear children, in the case of the compound sentence and the complex sentence, when it consists of some clauses, subordinate clause, coordinate clause or other clauses, then what happens, it becomes very difficult to find out what the subject is or which one is the subject. Therefore, we need to be very careful first in order to identify, in order to detect what the subject is. The chairs which I bought yesterday are very costly. See this sentence, and this sort of sentence we write into the exam too. Therefore, if we do not know the rules, and if we are not very much thorough, if we do not practice it, then what will happen? So there will be frequent mistake in the exam, okay? And if it is MCQ question, then certainly we will be losing the full credit. Therefore, it should be learned. The chairs, so this is the subject, which I bought yesterday. ये जो चेयर है ये मतलब प्लूरल है, तो मतलब क्या होगा, तो ये क्या होगा, it will not be is, but it will be, is will be wrong or will be correct. are very costly. The woman whom I met in the market was my friend's sister. The woman means a singular woman. I met in the market. So we'll have to consider on. We'll be concentrating on the subject. This is singular, and therefore now let us go to the verb. Let us consider the to be verb. Therefore, this will also be singular. Was will be the correct form. The woman whom I met in the market was my friend's sister, not were my friend's sister. Now let us see another application. So this application is pertaining to the introductory there. इंट्रोडक्टरी देयर आप जानते हैं, तो इंट्रोडक्टरी देयर जो होता है इसका फॉर्मूला कुछ ऐसा होता है, THERE देयर. कुछ देयर मतलब ऐसा देयर है ना, इसको हम प्रोनाउंस करते हैं देयर, देयर है ना. देयर इज ए बुक देयर. ओके, देयर इज अ बुक देयर. ठीक है. इसमें देखिए ये जो देयर है मतलब उधर, उधर, और ये जो देयर है सेंटेंस को इंट्रोड्यूस करने के लिए ये लिखा गया है, तो ये देयर को हम क्या बोलते हैं, इंट्रोडक्टरी देयर बोलते हैं. मतलब जो देयर कम्स इन द बिगिनिंग ऑफ द सेंटेंस इन ऑर्डर टू इंट्रोड्यूस द सेंटेंस. इंट्रोड्यूस करने के लिए, शुरुआत करने के लिए, कमेंस करने के लिए, बिगिन करने के लिए, सेंटेंस को स्टार्ट करने के लिए जो देयर हम यूज करते हैं वो देयर को इंट्रोडक्टरी देयर बोलते हैं, है ना. पहले हमको डेफिनेशन मतलब अच्छी ढंग से हमको मालूम होने चाहिए. हाँ, देयर तो इंट्रोडक्टरी देयर, तो इंट्रोडक्टरी देयर मतलब क्या है, अगर हमको मालूम नहीं होगा तब बहुत बड़ा कंफ्यूजन होगा. Therefore, we'll have to go by that definition too. Now let us see. The verb has to agree with the real subject that follows the introductory there. If the subject is a singular, then there will be followed by a singular verb. Either the real subject is plural, then there will be followed by plural verb. I suppose you understood it, and from the example we'll see and will justify. There is no chair in the room. There is no chair. So you see, we are talking about this chair. Okay, this is the verb. This is the introductory there, and after that the verb that is coming will be singular or plural. That will depend on the chair. So whether this chair is singular or plural. There are no chairs in the room. So this chairs plural. Therefore it is taking R as verb. There are 50 boys in the class. There are 50 boys. Are 50 boys. So in this way you'll have to remember that subject and the verb agrees when the sentence starts with the introductory there. So in the case of the two or more nouns, when the two and more nouns are joined, okay, many times what happen, the option may be like singular plus singular joined, then what will happen, plural. Singular plus plural, what will happen, plural. That means when two nouns join, whether they are singular or plural, the verb that follow, to be verb or verb that follow will be plural. Is it clear? Let us continue. Here you see, when two or more nouns functions as subject, a plural verb is used. Very simple one. Satish and his sister have gone to see a movie. Have gone to see a movie. My friend and his father is one. My friend is one. Means 1 plus 1 equal to 2. Means it is plural. It is plural. Therefore, as it is a plural, it is not taking is, but it is taking are. This is correct. Now, my dear children, let us concentrate on this particular verb. So many of the time our children commit the mistake, they cannot actually identify which one is the singular and which one is the plural. So in order to clear that doubt, we will have to go to conjugation. Conjugation of this have verb. Conjugation of this have verb. So have verb is having how many forms? 3 forms are there. What are they? One is has, other one is have, the third one is had. Had comes only in the past tense. In the case of the present tense, have and has is there. So first let me tell you that the rule. The rule is that has is the third person. Has actually comes with the third person and singular one. When has is there, that means it is singular. When have is there, it is plural. Have is there, third person plural. This have may come with the first person too, either singular or plural. This have may come with the second person with a singular or plural form. Therefore, let us go to the table. Table, let us conjugate it. Have verb into the present simple. I have, we have, you have, you have, he has, she has, it has, plural, they have. Have you noticed that the last one? He has, she has, it has, Ram has, Hari has, Aman has, they have. Means Ram, Hari plus Aman, all this together is they have. Is it clear? Therefore, when there is this sense of the plural, then it will be taking the plural form. Plural form of the have into the present tense is have. In the past tense, there is no confusion. So without bothering about the singular or the plural, we can use the had form. Is it clear? Therefore. Now let us go to another rule pertaining to it. So that the rule here is rule number 8. So when we talk about the distance and the weight. For distance and weight, height or amount of money, we use a singular verb even when the subject is plural. Very, very important. Let us continue here. So we are talking about the distances, weight, height or amount of money. We use a singular verb even though the subject is plural. 10,000 rupees. 10,000 rupees. This is what? This is plural. This is a plural. Now, normally speaking, it was supposed to take what? 10,000 rupees are not a small sum or amount. ऐसा होना चाहिए था according to the rule. लेकिन ऐसा नहीं है. Some कुछ rule का exception होता है. ये भी मतलब rule का exception है. तो ये exception क्या है कि in order to understand, in order to point out the distances, weight, height, amount of money, ये सारे concept को मतलब money के मतलब concept, height का concept, weight का concept and distance का concept में हम क्या करते हैं? हम एक singular verb use करते हैं even if the subject is plural. Even if the subject is plural. 3 किलोमीटर्स, ये देखिए डिस्टेंस का फॉर्मूला है, ये प्लूरल है, फिर भी मतलब क्या है, इसमें सिंगुलर यूज किया गया है. 3 किलोमीटर्स इज अ स्मॉल डिस्टेंस. ये गलत तो होगा ये कहना कि 3 किलोमीटर्स आर ए स्मॉल डिस्टेंस, वो गलत हो जाएगा. 500 feet above sea level is not a great height. 500 feet is coming from the foot and it is not a singular, it is a plural. Even then it is taking the singular verb. This is a thing, this is the exception to the rule and you will have to remember the exceptions. Now let us see the plural names. Many of the plural names are there. This is quite interesting and many times and more frequently we commit mistake here. So we'll have to guard it, isn't it? We'll have to guard it. So let us see rule number 9. Let us see the rule. number 9. So many time what happens, so we see the title of the book, we see the name of the hotel, we see the name of the story book, all this, and we see that there is use of s after the name, and then we get very much confused whether a singular is to be put or a plural is to be put. Whether the verb will be singular or plural, that we get confused, and in order to clear that, let us see this. The title of a book, the name of a house or a hotel in plural takes a singular verb. So this is also an exceptional formula. The Arabian Nights has interesting stories. Means this Arabian Nights, this is a collection of the stories. Therefore, what we are talking about, we are not considering the separate tales of the stories. We are not considering the separate tales of the stories. We are considering all this as a unit. We are considering this as an unit. And because of this consideration of unit is singular, isn't it? Unit is singular. Therefore, this will be taking a singular verb. The Arabian Night has interesting stories, not have. अगर have देंगे plural का formula use करके तो वो गलत हो जाएगा. The Hotel Brewers is a 5-star hotel. ये देखिए, ये नाम में भी होटल का नाम है. ये ऐसा हो सकता है कि this is run by NGO. So NGO of the cluster of the people or the group of the people, और उसका नाम मतलब ब्रीवर्स से दिया है. तो ये ऐसे देख के आप कंफ्यूजन नहीं होना. ये ऐसा होने से भी क्या होगा, it will be followed by not a plural verb but a singular one. Now let us see the rule number 10. So let us continue. Let us continue with the rule number 10. So many times, my dear children, so we get confused whether it is singular or plural just by seeing the name. Say for example, so that the name of the subject is physics, whether it is a singular or plural. Okay, so it is a branch of study that tells about the physical phenomenon, physics, singular only. Therefore, it will be taking what? It will be taking the singular form of the verb. Therefore, we should not be confused at the appearance, because, my dear children, the appearance is very much deceptive. Let us see. Nouns which are plural in form but singular in meaning usually take a singular verb. Let us see it once again. Noun which are plural in form, ये जो है ना, ये form देखने में क्या होता है, ये plural होता है, but singular in meaning, इसका meaning है singular. Mathematics, a branch of study where you do the calculation, है ना, गणित. तो ये क्या होता है, गणित मतलब क्या होता है, गणित मतलब एक सब्जेक्ट होता है ना, ये सब्जेक्ट होता है. Therefore, ये क्या होगा, ये singular होगा. Therefore, mathematics is not an easy subject. Mathematics are not an easy subject. ये गलत हो जाएगा. Economics also is a subject. Economics is a dull subject. Dull subject, not having any interest. Measles is an infectious disease. Measles is a disease, and it is also ending with s. Therefore, we should not be confused, as it is a plural, but it is a singular, and therefore it will be taking a singular verb. Therefore, the answer will be measles is an infectious disease. Now, you see this news is news. Okay, no news is a good news, and this news is singular. It appears to be plural. अगर इसका मतलब सपोज हम ना इसका मतलब सिंगुलर लिखना चाहते हैं तो ये कुछ अलग ही हो जाएगा, न्यू हो जाएगा, है ना. Therefore, this is singular. There is no doubt about it. The latest news is that the criminal has been arrested. So news के साथ मतलब क्या हुआ, is हुआ, not are. The latest news are, तो आदमी हंसेंगे क्योंकि there is no agreement between the subject and the verb, and therefore, in order to stop people laughing at us, what we need to do, we need to make a beautiful relation between the subject and the verb. Therefore, let us go. Let us go to the next role. This is again a very interesting one, my dear children. Some nouns which appear to be singular in form take a plural verb. Okay? ऐसा कुछ वर्ब भी है, ऐसा कुछ नाउन भी है, नॉट वर्ब, ऐसा कुछ नाउन भी है जो मतलब देखने में सिंगुलर लगता है, लेकिन मतलब वो क्या करते हैं, उसका सेंस जो होता है, उसका जो मीनिंग जो होता है, वो मतलब क्या होता है, ग्रुप में होता है, therefore वो प्लूरल होता है. द पुलिस हैव अरेस्टेड, नॉट पुलिस हैज. तो ये पुलिस से हैज मतलब एक गलत होगा, क्योंकि पुलिस मतलब एक्चुअली, पुलिस एक्चुअली इज plural in form, in sense. The Indian cricket team won the match. This also plural form, even though appears to be singular, therefore takes the plural form of the verb. Collective nouns like a group, crowd and flock, regiment etc. are generally followed by singular verb. ये बहुत अच्छी तरीका से नोट कर लेना है ना. सो दिस वन इज अनदर नाउन, है ना. तो इसीलिए हम आपको बोले थे कि नाउन का जो क्लासिफिकेशन है ना, कॉमन नाउन, क्लास नाउन, कलेक्टिव नाउन, मटेरियल नाउन, ऑल दिस नाउन, दिस नाउन्स आर टू बी mastered. And some noun actually talks about what, the cluster or the group. उसको हम क्या बोलते हैं, कलेक्टिव नाउन बोलते हैं. ये टर्म जानना बहुत जरूरी है ना. आपका वोकैबुलरी रिच होगा, अंडरस्टैंडिंग बढ़िया होगा, है ना. आपका कंप्रिहेंशन, क्रिटिकल फैकल्टी आल्सो विल बी डेवलप्ड. देयरफॉर वी शुड लर्न अबाउट दैट. सो क्राउड, फ्लॉक, रेजिमेंट, है ना. So the crowd of the people, flocks of sheep, regiment of the army, है ना. So this actually refers to the what? A group, a cluster. So what is the formula about it? So when this comes, then generally they are followed by a singular. That means even though this is this regiment of the army or BSF Jawan, even though it is a cluster of people, 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 100, something like that, means it is the cluster of many people, even though they are regarded as being one unit. This is regarded as being one unit, and therefore this is singular. Concept is singular, and therefore it takes the singular. It takes the singular verb. It is followed by singular verb. Therefore you see, a group of boys. देखिए ये boys तो मतलब क्या है, boys मतलब plural है, लेकिन जब ग्रुप वर्ड आएगा और एक क्लस्टर कंसेप्ट ऑफ सिंगल एंटिटी, ओके, सिंगल एंटिटी और सिंगल यूनिट विल बी इंप्लाइड, देन इट विल बी सिंगुलर. ए ग्रुप ऑफ बॉयज वाज प्लेइंग इन द ग्राउंड. ए ग्रुप ऑफ बॉयज नेवर वेल, वो गलत हो जाएगा. ए क्राउड ऑफ पीपल रशेस इनटू द हॉल. तो ये भी क्या हुआ, थर्ड पर्सन सिंगुलर जैसा हुआ, देयरफॉर it is rushes. A regiment of soldiers was marching towards the town. A regiment of soldier, okay, ये soldier तो मतलब plural है. जब मतलब a regiment of soldier मतलब एक phrase जैसा होगा. ये जो subject है phrasal subject, मतलब this actually is the cluster of many words. So here the concept will be single concept, and therefore it will be taking the singular verb. Then let us go to next rule. Let us continue. Here we go. Let us continue. Again we are coming to another noun, another variety of the noun. This variety is called what? This is called the class noun. That actually specifies a particular class, a particular genre. Genre, genre, or a species. This furniture is very old. ये देखिए, this furniture है ना, furniture is a class noun. Means even though this furniture actually include the table, the chair, and the number of table, number of chair, and we are talking about one single unit, and therefore this is followed by the singular verb. singular verb is here. This imported cutlery is a very costly. Cutlery actually is used in the kitchen, and when we are talking about this cutlery, it is a cluster of many of the tools needed into the culinary or into the kitchen. Therefore it takes singular. This is also an exception to the rule, and you will have to remember the special rules and the concept, because concept is very powerful. His clothing consists of bulletproof jacket, a blue pair of trousers, and some other items. So this consist is a singular means it is third person singular number. Therefore, his clothing actually this is used as singular third person, even though it includes many things like jacket, trousers, and other items, yet it is regarded as in clothing or a single unit. Therefore, it takes the singular verb. Now let us go to the next rule number 14. Here we go. Let us continue. Rule number 14. This is even more interesting, my dear children. Many times we commit the mistake here. If we are not very much specific about the rule, if you are not very much thorough with the rule, then there may be mistakes. So let us see what are the rules pertaining to this concept. Some nouns which appear to be plural in form, when preceded by a pair of, take a singular verb. So you see this scissors, okay, scissors. So when it come alone means my scissors do not cut well. This one is a noun. This is regarded as being plural. This is regarded as being plural, and therefore it is taking do not. है ना, do not or don't. अगर ये मतलब प्लूरल नहीं सिंगुलर होता तब क्या होता, तब मतलब इधर डैश होता. माई सीसर्स इसका मतलब दो क्या होता है, दो मतलब पार्ट होता है. तो इसको जब मतलब इफ यू आर नॉट यूजिंग विदाउट अ पेयर तब ये क्या होगा, even though it is having two parts, even though it is ending with s, yet it will be taking only singular verb. Am I clear? It will be taking singular verb, means it will be regarded as being a single unit. लेकिन क्या है, एक्सेप्शनल रूल क्या है कि मतलब उसका पहले सीसर वर्ड जो वर्ड मतलब देखने में प्लूरल लगते हैं, वो वर्ड का मतलब पहले अगर मतलब पेयर वर्ड आता है, ए पेयर ऑफ ऐसा मतलब फ्रेज आता है, तो क्या होता है, एक टोटल कंसेप्ट ना चेंज होता है. टोटल कंसेप्ट मतलब सिंगुलर में कन्वर्ट हो जाता है. Therefore, a pair of scissors was taken out of the drawer, not a pair of scissors were. गलत होगा. Therefore, a pair of trousers was washed. This is singular. A pair of shoes as a pair has come. This becomes singular, and therefore was is taken. A pair of shoes was brought by him. I suppose you understood it. Now let us come to another one, rule number 15. Then our concept will be very clear. This is another type. Some nouns are preceded by a lot of, a plenty of, a great deal of, etc. These nouns take a singular verb when they refer to an amount, quantity. They take a plural form when they refer to number. Now let us see this concept. So when we are using this particular sentence, into the sentence you see a lot of come, a plenty of comes. Now when a plenty of come, the meaning implied is plural, but grammatically speaking, as it talks about one particular concept, a lot of people means there will be the singular verb will follow. A lot of people visit. A plenty of water was supplied to the villagers. Therefore, here you see a plenty of means large quantity of water. So this is the subject form, and the verb form is was. Now, even though this actually implies the plural, yet as a cluster, as a group, it is singular in concept. Therefore, it is also taking the singular verb. Therefore, there is agreement or the concord between them. Is it clear? Let us proceed. Rule number 16. So, my dear children, so there are some conjunction. So these are called the compound conjunction. So they are as well as, okay, as well as, in addition to, lot many are there. And when these are used, so what will be the position of the verb? The verb will always be singular. Let us see the concept here. When a singular subject is joined by as well as, in addition to, except, etc. with another noun or pronoun, we use a singular verb. This is to be remembered. This is very important. Shohan as well as his brother. You see, दो noun है. Though noun, normally speaking, when this two nouns are joined, 1 plus 1 equal to 2, 2 means a plural. When this plural will come, then it will be taking the plural verb. But here the rule says, when we are using this particular conjunction, which are called compound conjunction, the rule is changed. With this using this compound conjunction, when we are adding this subjects or the noun, then it follows, or it is followed by a singular. It is followed by a singular verb. ये देखिए, this sort of question frequently comes into the competitive exam also. My father, okay, along with my villagers or along with the committee members went to the meeting. ये जो होता है ना, अभी देखिए, so the last part is plural. In spite of all this, what we'll be considering? We'll be considering the first one. My father is singular, and therefore singular verb will be followed. My father in addition to our neighbor, है ना? तो इसमें दोनों मिलके मतलब क्या होता है? प्लूरल होता है. लेकिन हम क्या कंसीडर करेंगे? हम केवल मतलब माय फादर को कंसीडर करेंगे. माय फादर इज सिंगुलर, he is a third person, therefore he will be taking has. Now let us see another example. Everyone except Satish was present. Therefore except comes. When except also comes, then the verb that follows will also be singular. Now let us come to another rule number 17. Let us follow. A singular verb is used with a singular pronoun. For example, each, either, neither, anyone, everyone, each one, etc. Now let us see that the rule very important. And in our writing exercise, we frequently commit this mistake because we do not know, we are not very much brushed up with the latest knowledge. So we should be familiar with the rules. Now ये देखिए, each of the boys, हम इधर बात कर रहे हैं कि मतलब देखिए, boys मतलब बहुत boys है. सपोज एक क्लास में 40 स्टूडेंट्स हैं. जब हम each बोलेंगे, every बोलेंगे, तब क्या है कि this is singular. Means we are considering a single entity. We are considering a single person, single boy, single girl. तब क्या होगा? इसके बाद जो वर्ब आएगा वो सिंगुलर होगा. Each of the boys, है ना? आप मिस्टेक करेंगे कि मतलब देखिए ये बॉयज है, ये बॉयज तो हाँ, ये बॉयज तो प्लूरल है ना? तो प्लूरल के साथ मतलब क्या होगा? ये प्लूरल ही होगा, वाज नहीं होगा, वेर होगा. आप गलत कर दिया. तो इसमें क्या करना पड़ेगा? आप देखना पड़ेगा, रूल देखना पड़ेगा कि अगर इसमें each, every, either, or, neither, nor, this sort of concept is there. It means only one is considered. Therefore, only singular verb will follow. Is it clear? Then let us go to the next rule. So where there is a choice, let us see the choice. Neither of the students. ये देखिए, आप तो मिस्टेक कर देंगे कि हाँ ये स्टूडेंट है, सर ये इधर तो वेरी होना चाहिए, स्टूडेंट है, प्लूरल सब्जेक्ट है, प्लूरल वर्ब लेगा. तो ये क्या है? सी this neither, when this neither, this means option is there, neither. Okay, neither of the boys, neither of the student means कोई नहीं था. मतलब इधर क्या है? सिंगल कंसेप्ट है, means it is singular. Therefore it will be followed by also the singular verb. Therefore now let us come to another rule number 18. So here we go, rule number 18. When the two or more subjects are connected by nor or, the verb is used according to the number of the noun nearest to it. ये और बहुत मजेदार रूल है. ये रूल जो है ना, ये बहुत गौर से देखना पड़ेगा आपको. When two or more subjects are connected by nor or means उसमें क्या होगा, कंपाउंड कंजंक्शन होगा. कंपाउंड कंजंक्शन क्या है, आइदर और, नाइदर नॉर, एज वेल एज, इन एडिशन टू, ऑल दिस. तो यह सब जो होगा तो आपको क्या करना होगा, आपको क्या करना होगा, यू विल हैव टू गो टू द नियरेस्ट टू इट. आइदर शी, नाइदर शी नॉर हर सिस्टर्स. ये देखिए ये जो है ना सिस्टर्स, ये प्लूरल है, देयरफॉर इधर विजिट्स नहीं होगा, विजिट होगा. दे विजिट, शी विजिट्स. ये जो सिस्टर है, सिस्टर प्लूरल है, देयरफॉर दिस इज प्लूरल. और ये किसके साथ है, नाइदर नॉर. व्हेन नाइदर नॉर इज देयर, द कंसेप्ट इज दैट, so we will have to notice at the last noun, and according to the noun the verb will agree. Now let us go to rule number 19. Here we go. Let us see the rule number 19. A collective noun such as jury, committee, family, etc. takes a singular verb when it is considered one unit. ये देखिए, अगर considered as one unit है ना, जूरी मतलब क्या है, सपोज एक मतलब मीटिंग हुआ, उसमें कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट चीज मतलब डिसाइड करना है, तो एक कमिटी बनाया जाएगा. वो कमिटी में अगर कमिटी ने एक डिसीजन हुआ है ना, कमिटी का जो व्यू है अगर मतलब यूनिक है, एक है, तब वो सिंगुलर होगा. अगर कमिटी में मतलब जो उसका जो ओपिनियन हुआ अलग अलग होता है, वेरी करते हैं, तो क्या होगा, दैट विल बी प्लूरल. सो लेट अस सी द रूल. The jury is about to give its decision. ये देखिए, jury means it is the collective decision. The collective person we are talking about, the decision also will be collective. Means it is the single entity, is the single concept. Therefore, it is taking, is not. इधर देखिए, the jury are divided in their opinion. Means we are talking about the individual member A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D are the member of the jury, and all the A, B, C, D are different in their opinion. Therefore, as they are different, therefore we are using are, means we are using the plural. We are considering them as being plural. Now let us go to the next rule, rule number 20. Let us go to the rule. This is the last rule, rule 20. When some nouns are regarded as one unit, they take a singular verb. So this one is again very interesting one. Bread and butter is a wholesome food, है ना. Bread and butter अगर मतलब ये क्या है, this is a one unit. This is one unit, considered as one unit. तो उसीलिए क्या होता है, one is singular and therefore it is taking singular verb, not bread and butter. हाँ, अगर bread अलग है, butter अलग है, उसका तो मीनिंग ही नहीं है ना. Therefore ब्रेड बाटर अलग अलग मतलब हम कंसिडर नहीं करते हैं, है ना. ब्रिक एंड स्टोन इज लाइंग स्कैटर्ड ऑल ओवर द प्लेस. ब्रिक एंड स्टोन जो है ना, वो एक यूनिट का है, मतलब एक बिल्डिंग का है, मतलब एक बिल्डिंग होगा जो कोलैप्स हो गया, जो गिर गया है, तो उसका है ना. मे बी आफ्टर अर्थक्वेक और अदर काइंड ऑफ कैलेमिटी, दे आर कंसिडर्ड व्हाट, दे आर कंसिडर्ड एज सिंगुलर एंड देयरफॉर इट इज टेकिंग द singular form of the verb. Time and tide waits for no man. ये देखिए, ये proverb है. इसमें भी हम कई बार मतलब गलत कर देते हैं. Time and tide wait for no man. सर, time and tide तो ये अलग अलग है ना. तो हम तो मतलब ये कहेंगे कि मतलब ये तो टाइम मतलब समय नहीं है ना. ये टाइड जो है मतलब वी आर नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट द टाइड ऑफ द सी. ये दोनों जो है, ये दोनों एक मतलब कंसेप्ट को मतलब समझाते हैं. मतलब अपॉर्चुनिटी नेवर वेट्स फॉर एनीबॉडी. इट कम्स ओनली वंस, इट नॉक्स एट योर डोर ओनली वंस. देयरफॉर इट इज इन दैट सिंगल सेंस दिस इज यूज्ड. टाइम एंड टाइड वेट्स फॉर नो वन. देयरफॉर दिस इज द present simple tense, and therefore waits is used not wait, because this is regarded as in singular. Time and tide waits for none or no man. The novelist and poet is dead. ये देखिए, ये बहुत मजेदार है. ये देखिए, let us see this one, last one. The novelist and poet is dead. मतलब हम कितना आदमी का बात कर रहे हैं? We are talking about how many people? The novelist and poet. मतलब from seeing this one, you can understand that there is only one person. The novelist and the poet means a person, the person who was himself a novelist and the poet. Both these qualities were there. He was also a poet and a novelist. He is died. Now, you see, the novelist and अगर मतलब हम इधर मतलब दा दे दिया है ना, the novelist and the poet and the poet were reaching to destination, means okay, were reaching to their meeting venue. Then what will happen? That means so when we are using the article, separate article for both the noun, okay, before the noun, before separate noun, if you are using the separate article, that means the separate people will mean it will be plural, therefore plural verb will be taken in that case. I suppose you got it. Alright? Therefore, my dear children, so only we'll be discussing some of the questions. So let us see the questions. So this exercise questions, only a few will be discussing. So other PDF form I will be sending you in your WhatsApp. Let us see now. Correctly choose the correct form of the verb given in the bracket in the following sentences. In your exam also, my dear children, this MCQ type of question will be there. Here you have seen two options are there. In the final exam you will have not less than 3. Means normally there will be 4 options, and from there you will have to choose one. Each of these producers means the producers many. The word each is used, therefore has will come. Each of these producers has its own advantages, not have. 10 miles, we are talking about the distance, it is a single unit, and therefore what will come? Singular verb, therefore it will be is, not are. 10 miles is a long distance. Many a student, when the word many comes, many a student also, ये देखिए, ये जो फॉर्म होता है, ये फॉर्म मतलब क्या होता है? ये सिंगुलर होता है. ओके, इसका मीनिंग प्लूरल होता है, लेकिन मतलब इसका जो फॉर्म और स्ट्रक्चर होता है ये सिंगुलर होता है. On the basis of that particular form, we consider that we will be using this singular form of the verb to. Many a student means a student. We are talking about a student. Okay, as if we are talking about a student. A student strives hard to pass his entrance exam. Now let us consider the next. The furniture in his house. The furniture in his house, it will be look impressive. As it is a single concept, therefore it will be looks. It will be looks. Few students means it will be plural form. Therefore, it will be taking are. Few students are present in the class today. Ritesh, my best friend, is leaving for Japan next week or are leaving. So we are talking about Ritesh. He is a single person. Okay, therefore it will be is. Most of my friends is or are. Most of my friends, this is a plural, therefore are will come. Most of my friends are government employees. The level of intoxication varies from subject to subject. So the level of intoxication, it will be singular, third person, refer to single concept, therefore it will be varies. The sentence is in the present simple. Either boys or girls. So here, as the sentence, there is the use of either or. So what we'll have to look at? We'll have to look at the last noun. Last noun is plural, and therefore the plural will come. Each boys or girls are telling lies. A number of people was or were reported to be missing in the train accident at Jhansi. Whether it will be was or were, a number of people, the concept is plural and therefore plural will come. A number of people were reported to be missing in the train accident at Jhansi. Therefore, my dear children, this is the end of the lesson. We promise to meet you with again another interesting grammar lesson, that is the noun, which is the first part of speech. With that promise, let us conclude. Thanks to all. We'll meet you very soon.